Shalom, shalom, shalom. You already know what's going on. Your brother D the messenger, man. And I ain't trying to scare you. I'm trying to prepare you. I know it ain't your fault you ain't been taught. So in all fairness, I'm spreading awareness. We got bigger fish to fry, you and I. You see that? One thing I could tell you, the Most High never fail you, man. So we gonna bring it out the scripts. And this right here is Thirst Trap Thursday, where it's bigger than wordplay. It's about these thirst traps and the lies that they ruin. And she pursuing you so she can ruin you. You see that? And this the last thing I say, and I get out the way. Your girl and her underwear on the internet, and if you don't let her do it, it's something wrong with you. You know, maybe you insecure.
Women these days are so freaked out. It's fucking ridiculous. Women cheat with women. Women cheat with men. Women cheat with trans. Women will cheat with any fucking thing. And Dubai proved that. Even animals at this point. I'm just like, bro, at the end of the day, as a man, I just would not fucking trust it. I'm sorry. I just would not fucking trust it. I know I'm a woman, but it's a fucking no. And it's like, we were talking about this last time in my life. You as a man could be sitting next to your competition any fucking day, any fucking hour. Her homegirl, she probably fucking her on the low. They probably laughing at you behind your back. That's the crazy fucking part. That's the insane fucking part. A lot of men get replaced by the fucking homegirl, or the homegirl is technically her main girl, and you just the DICK that she getting on the side. So it's like, I don't believe in this old sleepover. I don't believe in this old girl trips. And another one post like, oh, I'm not going on a girl trip. I don't like being away from my man. They're like, oh, if you're this, just say like, yes, bitch, I am this, and that, and the fifth. I'm clingy. I don't leave my man's side. If that nigga is standing outside in the rain during a lightning storm with a metal rod in his hand, I'm holding on to his fucking leg. Babe, let's go. I am not the type to be with this girl shit. Nothing. Because I know how these bitches get down. I know these bitches are quick to try to fuck you. My friend, there's been friends I had to cut off. Like this bitch rubbing my thigh. A bitch tried to kiss me. And mind you, I've been friends with these girls for a long ass time. So I know exactly what I'm talking about. When you get a little drunk, even some gay men will try to kiss a straight woman, will try to sleep with a straight woman. Like, oh, I was drunk. Oh, I don't even like girls like that. I mean, at the end of the day, a lot of people, I don't know if they're necessarily gay or if they're attracted to personalities now. It just seems like people are...
They not just gay. They go the other way. They don't... They fly both sides, man. They catching and pitching. And every day they pitching. Every single day. They don't get tired. And it's all across the board, man. And it can't be ignored, man. We gotta figure this thing out.
So over sexualized that they're just kind of going with whatever's offered to them at the point, especially women. Women will do gay stuff. Men more than likely won't. If they're not like bi or gay, a man's not going to touch his friend. A man's not going to sleep with his friend. So it's kind of like, you know what I mean? A woman though, like I said, we've seen these girls trips. We've seen how they act. We've seen how they act in the club. We've seen them kissing just because they fucking can. You tell me that's acceptable? That's not acceptable behavior. Women nowadays are just too fucking freaked out.
You see that? I've been saying it for years, and I'm glad that the time is here, that our sisters will finally speak up. It's well overdue. You see that? I mean, it's been got out of hand, and it's the time that we stop playing. You see that? We should be all trying to cash in and not pretend, but really win. You know, because a lot of people, they faking it till they make it. They on the gram, capping everybody down with no gown, just all cap. And you can't graduate that way. You see that? But yeah, man, it's a lot going on. It's Thirst Trap Thursday. Like I said, it's about these thirst traps and their lives that they ruin. And we're going to get into a little bit more of that. I'm going to pull right quick. Let me get Micah 5 and 12. Because a lot of this is witchcraft. We dealing with Astaroth. We dealing with Jezebel. And that's really the the main thing we're gonna focus on. This is our problem. Make sure you go check out that Jezebel, daughter of Baal. Go to Bible lessons. Go to my playlist. Look at Bible lessons. It's on there. It's Micah 5:12. It says, "And I will cut off witchcrafts out of thine hand, and they shall have no more soothsayers." Right? These tarot cards are all over the place, and it's basically soothsaying and witchcraft. Right? A lot of our sisters want to be witches, excuse me, and it's making me very suspicious. Right? And this, for me, I was on this years ago. I did the African American Witch Part 1 and 2, Christian Witch 1 and 2. Like, I really was on them, right? But I realized I need to build myself up before I go to war with these witches, man. You know, you don't want to have no open doors, right? You want to have all locked doors. You see that? For you walking warfare with these witches. The spiritual war is gonna happen, right? But when you wage it, you better be able to sustain all the pain.
Class, you know what time it is, it's story time. So, right, I had this one good friend, we grown up together, she had 3 kids, and she was starting to date this new guy. So, she asked me one time, can I, watch the babies for her? And I'm like, of course, I live far from her, so I made it happen that time. That wasn't something that was, happening often, but I made that happen that time. I go to her house, she tells me where everything is, she gets ready to go, whatever. Little background knowledge about her, she's always been into different stuff. Like, she's been into anime, crystals, wearing dark colors. Like, I don't know, she's just a little alternative. That's what I'll call her. Like, she's alternative a little bit. And I don't judge anybody because we still come from the same background. Like, she's Hispanic like me, there's family ties in that. So she asked me if I'm gonna babysit the kids. Boo. I say fine. When I go to her house, I noticed that she has kind of like a shrine. And I had been to her house before, but I think I just never noticed it. So that was the first thing that was off-putting to me. Then I sit on the couch. The kids, it's still early enough. The kids are playing around. She has this little bookshelf. I look at the bookshelf. It's full of crystals, different stuff, but everything seems pretty harmless. I'm not into that stuff whatsoever, but everything seems pretty harmless. She also has one of those cameras that detects motion, which will be important later. 2 of the kids was basically sleeping. One of them still wanted to be up. That was the oldest one. That baby still wanted to be up, so I stayed up with that baby. And the baby told me that they were hungry. I don't want to say genders or whatever because I really don't want to be obvious. But okay, anyways, the baby has said that they was hungry. Actually, the little girl said she was hungry. So I went to the kitchen. First thing that happens is I look in the freezer. I don't know what I was looking for in the freezer, but I look in the freezer and I seen this water bottle in the back of the freezer, and I'm like, and it was crushed up, and I'm like, the person that I was babysitting for, she's really clean, so I'm like, well, she probably didn't see this, let me throw it out for her. And we're that close, so I'm like, let me throw it out for her. I grab the water bottle. I see there's a note inside the water bottle, written stuff crossed over, and it's frozen, and I'm like, so I put it back. I'm like, I'll come back to that later. Maybe she's practicing spells in those spell books that she has, but I was not interested in touching that anymore. So I went back to the baby. I grabbed her whatever it is that she asked me for at the moment. We're laying down. We're watching a movie in the living room. The other babies is in their bed.
Now, having this kind of shit around the kids where it's not even hid, I think that's a problem, right? But, clearly they don't care. They'll have that kind of shit everywhere. If you got kids, you shouldn't have no altars in your house. You shouldn't have no altars in your house, period. But definitely with your kids around. I think that's where we get defects involved. You see that?
Actually in her bed. The babies was in her bed because that's where they wanted to be or whatever. So first thing that happens is the motion camera starts spinning around. I text her and I'm like, hey, how does this motion camera work? Because now I'm getting spooked out. And she's like, oh, if something walks past it, it'll record. It's for the kids. Why? And I'm like, no, just asking. She checked it and she was like, oh, everything's fine. Are y'all all right? I'm like, everything's fine. Don't worry. So the camera starts spinning around. I start getting weirded out and I'm like, oh, hell no. So I start asking her hey, when are you going to come home? But this had been maybe 2 hours into her being gone. So I'm like, I have work tomorrow. I made up every excuse in the book. I was like, when are you coming back? She's like, oh yeah, I'll be back in a few. She did not in fact come back in a few, but whatever. I knew what I signed up for when I said yes to babysitting, basically. The camera's going crazy and I tell the little girl, I'm like, okay, it's time for you to go to bed because I want to start reading scripture or something. You know what I mean? I'm like, I want to do something else. The little girl okay, yeah, that's fine. I bring her to the bed where her siblings are.
That's the right idea.
She asked me if I can lay down with her. Listen, I'm like,
anytime you get scared and that's the first thing in your head, you on the right path. So shout out to this sister, man, because at the end of the day, we don't never forget to pray. Anytime you go to somebody's house or you gonna be around somebody, you want to always make sure that you remain pure, right? Because people got bad energies on them. People got bad spirits on them. People got demons on them. You see that? And so this sister, man, she on the right path. That's the first thing that's on your mind. And that's right on time. Micah 5:12. And I will cut off witchcrafts out of thine hand, and thou shalt have no more soothsayers. This time will come, right? But right now we still gotta make sure that we very aware of where we are and who we with. Right? I'm gonna pull Nahum 3 and 4. And then we're gonna listen to some more. Right, I'm gonna hold this. We're gonna get into it. Nahum 3 and 4 is at the door.
That's fine. I put the little girl in bed. I shit you not. If I'm lying, I'm fine. I put the little girl in bed. I'm like, let me go grab some water out the kitchen. And I'm really like, something is fighting within my spirit to like throw that water bottle away, because I don't know if she was doing like voodoo on someone. And I'm like, that's just not right. But you know, I left it. Regardless, I left it. And then I come back to the room. Well, I left it for that time being. I come back to the room. The little girl is facing the headboard and she's dying laughing. Like she's like, ah! And I thought, like, when I heard her laughing, I didn't hear her till I got like really close to the room. But when I heard her laughing, I'm like, oh, she probably like woke up one of her siblings or something and thinks it's so funny. Like, I don't know. When I go back, she's not laughing with anything. Like, she's not laughing with anyone, I will say. She was definitely laughing with something. And I'm like, are you good? And she's just like, yeah. And she told me to shush. I'm like, let's lay down. I'm like, let's lay down. But at this point, I'm like, bro, we should go back to the living room. But I'm like, you know what? I got God with me. Like, let's lay down. I lay down. I'm tossing and turning. The pillow hot on this side. So I turn it around where the pillow's usually cold. I feel something crunching in like my neck. I feel something crunching. Like it sounds like, and I'm like, what the fuck? So I look at the pillow. I reach into the pillowcase. There's notes in there. She got like a mesh bag with like cotton and like different shit in it. And I'm like, yo, what the frick? Like, I know that she was into all that stuff, but I didn't know she was actively like
it's a
practicing
mojo
it or
bag.
anything. So whatever. I'm like, like I have to go. So I start texting her now. Now it's like 1 a.m. again. I'm like, yo, like,
depending on where you from, you know about the mojo bag. But in case some of y'all don't know, it's a thing called a mojo bag. Now, it's a saying in the South, I'm gonna work my mojo. A lot of times we just saying shit, we just repeating what we heard other niggas say. We don't even know where that came from. But working your mojo is magic, right? And they have what they call mojo bags in certain cities in the South. I ain't gonna call out no particular name, cause I don't want no beefs, right? I want to reach everybody and push this gospel to everybody. See that? So yeah, they got these mojo bags, and there'll be crystals in them. It'll be spells in them, little, crumbled up pieces of paper, like she's saying. Spells, crystals, herbs, all kind of stuff, and they call them a mojo bag. So a little girl having a mojo bag under her bed is really sick in the head, right? And that goes to show you, like, some of these sisters need to be in jail, right? We need to have some kind of system where we can monitor these kids and we can know what they got going on, because this is sick. You see that? She should not have a mojo bag under her bed. That's sick in the head. You see that?
When are you coming back? Because I have to go. I have work in the morning. She's like, yeah, we about to be right there, blah, 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 blah. The little girl ended up falling asleep. But now, one of the boys, he's like sneezing / coughing in his sleep, which is, I'm like not thinking much of it. I go to like adjust him because he was sleeping on his stomach. I look at him. He's sleeping with his eyes wide open. Like he's like, Hatch, like eyes wide open, like coughing, sneezing. I'm like, Like now, I already been needing to leave, but now I really, really, really need to leave. Like I was so confused in that moment on like what to do. So I'm like, I can't leave these kids alone in here, right? She finally get home or whatever. She's drunk. Like she's on the ground. She's laughing. She's like, yo, I had such a good time. I'm like, yo, I need to talk to you. Like I found this and this in your house. She sobered up immediately. She's like, why are you looking around? I'm like, no, I wasn't looking. And she's like, no, like you can go. I'm like, what's this about? And she's like, no, don't ask me no questions. She would normally call me by my middle name. So she's like, oh, Mel, don't ask me no questions. Like, just go. I'm like, bro, what? Like, and then out of nowhere, I think the dude like heard her something. So, and he might have made a comment like, oh, why doesn't she sleep here? Like, it's mad late. So she starts like pressuring me to sleep over. I don't feel safe, little mama. I have to go. But after that, we never really hung out again. Like, I seen her and she probably felt like I was like weird or whatever. And that like I didn't want to be around her because she's like a mom or I have no idea, but I just do not mess with that voodoo. I don't mess with white magic. I don't mess with none of that stuff. So I just like unfortunately, like I have to cut her out of my life. Like if I see her, it's what's up. But after seeing those things, and you putting the babies in danger. Like they confused too. One's laughing, one's sleeping with their eyes open, and he was sleeping with his eyes open until I like looked at him again because I was like, like I'm not used to this. So I went and I started actually praying for him. When I put my hands right here and I was like, oh, like good night. I'm over here doing this. I'm rubbing a cross on his forehead, but not trying to make it too obvious. But this was like a couple years ago, so I was like definitely scared. But I'm like doing this, whatever. He sneezed one more time, closed his eyes, slept. Same thing with the little girl. The other baby was fine, was sleeping. But yeah, that's how I found out one of my close friends was taking part in the occult. Hi guys, you see the wine glass? You know what time it is.
Yeah, remember your mama told you ain't nobody your friend. And that's something that, well, we gotta remember, right? It's crazy. At the end of the day, we gotta do better. We 100% gotta do better. Cause a lot of times we ain't done no homework on these people we calling our friends and these people that we linking up with. You link, you drink, and you don't really think. You just go with the flow.
Nah, we just nasty.
Yeah, I want to speak to that. You spoke on what I want to call, prison rituals to show someone you love them. You know, you spoke on eating tampons out of, vaginas and cutting each other with blood and drinking blood and pouring it on each other's food. It's stuff I'd never heard of. But what all rituals like that be happening? Like what else be going on that people do?
It's witchcraft. It's witchcraft, gang. That's what's going on. It's witchcraft. You feel me? And when these girls go to prison for making bad decisions, you don't know how they living. Let me go to Nahum 3 and 4. Because of the multitude of the whoredoms of the well-favored harlot, the mistress of witchcrafts, that selleth nations through her whoredoms. That's the hoes that we know, who we call our friends, right? Or the people we look up to, the people who set the trends, because of the multitude of the whoredoms of the well-favored harlot. Can't even get it out, right? It's Nahum 3 and 4. Because of the multitudes of the whoredoms of the well-favored harlot, the mistress of witchcrafts, that selleth nations through her whoredoms and families through her witchcrafts, we got the whole destruction of a whole generation, man. The castration of a whole generation. You see this? Now, this is something that's new to some of y'all, but for me, it ain't. I've been telling y'all about Jezebel. How she making a black man life a living hell. And now we know we're going to learn the extent of it. Because a lot of these girls go to jail, right? And we don't know the tale. So let's hear it.
Nah, we just nasty.
Yeah, I want to speak to that. You spoke on what I want to call, prison rituals to show someone you love them. You spoke on eating tampons out of, vaginas and cutting each other with blood and drinking blood and pouring it on each other's food. It's stuff I'd never heard of. But what all rituals like that be happening? Like what else be going on that people would do to show like?
We have, people out here take their religion serious. In there, we don't take that serious. We go to Ramadan just to have sex. We go to Jehovah Witness classes just to go have sex at the back after the class over in the bathroom, the empty class. It's just a different word. It's demonic. Prison is very demonic. Anytime you can have sex with somebody and bust them open with blades and suck it and sleep with and do all, you demonic.
Yeah, cut them open and suck them.
Cutting your fingers open, fingering them.
She said prison is demonic. No, y'all hoes is demonic. A lot of brothers go to prison, they get closer with God. A lot of brothers go to prison, they get rehabilitated. A lot of brothers go to prison, they come out better brothers and better cousins, better sons and better husbands. Y'all going to prison, cutting your fingers open, fingering her, eating tampons, drinking blood. That's y'all bit, dog. Right? Don't try to say, well, yeah, prison is fucked up. Prison shouldn't exist, right? But it exists for this. People like y'all. People like her. And others. And I'm not saying some brothers don't belong in there, because a lot of brothers do belong in there. But when they go in there, they ain't doing this shit. They ain't doing what y'all doing. Right? This is demonic.
Different word. It's demonic.
Right? It's witchcraft. They home 3 and 4. And I'm going to read some more. Right? Because of the multitude of the whoredoms of the well-favored harlot, the mistress of witchcrafts, that selleth nations through her whoredoms, and families through her witchcraft, behold, I am against thee, saith the Lord of hosts, and I will destroy thy skirts upon thy face, and I will show the nations thy nakedness, and the kingdoms thy shame. And I will cast abominable filth upon thee, and make thee vile, and will set thee as a gazing stock. That's y'all. We're going to jump down to 9. Ethiopia and Egypt were her strength, and it was infinite. Put and Lubim were thy helpers. Those are Hamites. Yet was she carried away. She went into captivity. Her young children also were dashed in pieces at the top of all the streets. That's y'all. Black women, that's your children, your sons, right? Dashed in pieces at the top of all the streets. We talking about on Martin Luther King. It's Martin Luther King in every city, right? Let me keep reading. And they cast lots for her honorable men, and all her great men were bound in chains. You see that? In prisons. Thou shalt be drunken, thou shalt be hid, thou also shalt seek strength because of the enemy. You see that? Thus saith the Lord, man.
Prison is very demonic. Anytime you can have sex with somebody and bust them open with blades and suck it and sleep with and do all, you demonic.
Yeah, cut them open and suck on.
Cutting your fingers open, fingering them. I'm eating on your vagina and cut you across your leg. Now I'm sucking on your blood. I'm finna make some Kool-Aid and put my blood and piss in it. It's just demonic.
Yeah, it's a different level.
It's a whole different level. Now, I done saw some freaky things out here in this world. But I ain't ran across nobody that want to do any of that. I ain't ran across that shit. So I'm just saying, like, prison can be very demonic. It's a whole different atmosphere in there. It is. It's nothing like, I'ma just say this. What basic sex to y'all in the world, I hear in the world, that's normal. People have basic sex, make love, current. That's us in prison, that's boring. We call them dead fucks. So don't know, having sex on the rec yard, your woman eating your vagina out, you eating her, you getting strapped down, people all in the window looking. We think that's cute. That's exciting to us. You fucking yourself with homemade straps and brushes and spoons and shit. We think in prison, we love that. Hey, my bitch a freak, she bad.
Oh, y'all push it to the limit.
We push it to the damn limit.
Yeah, true blood. Okay,
they push it to the limit of evil, gang. Of evil. You see that? And I've been telling y'all that shit for years. But some of y'all don't got ears. Obviously. You feel me? Well, the scripture said that, those they got ears but they can't hear, eyes but they can't see. I always knew it wasn't me. You see that? And man, I ain't trying to scare you. I'm trying to prepare you. I know it ain't your fault. You ain't been taught. So in all fairness, I'm spreading awareness. It's Thirst Trap Thursday. Shalom, shalom, shalom.